Hi, my name is Michaela Turwert. I currently just finished off my second year teaching in fourth grade in Manhattan, Kansas. Since it was only my second year of teaching, I haven't really taken on any extra responsibilities, but I'm hoping that taking this leadership course will kind of inspire me to look at other roles within my school within the next couple of years. The person that probably has most influenced me would probably be my grandma. She kind of took over the parent role when I was younger and kind of inspired me to do what I'm doing and be helpful. She's always looked after me and my siblings, and she's very real. She's honest, and that is something that to this day that I really value is honesty and trying your best at whatever you do. So that's that one. So when looking at my test results for my personality, I was not surprised at all. Looking at the categories, the second highest was agreeableness, and I couldn't agree more with that. Because I'm definitely an introverted type of person. I'm not one to be strong in my opinions and really disagree with somebody. If I do disagree with somebody, I think about it first and think about how I would approach the situation and disagree that way. So I'm definitely a person that agrees and kind of goes from there. So whatever the situation is, I'm definitely agreeable. The first one was conscientiousness. Can barely say that. This one wasn't a surprise at all. I've always been very cautious when I speak, when I interact with others, when I make decisions. That's just kind of someone I really kind of evolved to be, especially when it comes to teaching. I'm someone that doesn't really make rash decisions. I'm adaptable, but I like to think about things before I do it to make sure that I'm making the right decision and I'm doing what I should be doing, what's best for me and the people involved. So I'm very cautious in that way, so I couldn't agree more with that. So the leadership roles I thought were really interesting, looking at all the different leadership roles. I didn't really even know these many existed. I just thought, you're a leader, you're not a leader, you follow. That's kind of how I've always thought about it. So looking at all these different leadership roles, it was really interesting. The first one that I thought kind of described the way I am, and especially being an introvert, was the democratic leadership role. This one kind of stuck out to me because I am the type of person that likes to work in a group, and I like everyone to be involved in the decision making, and I don't really like just one person having the sole decision. I really value everyone's perspectives and opinions on a situation, so that's kind of how that is. Especially with the team that I work in right now, fourth grade. My team, we're very democratic. We'll sit down together. None of us really takes on the big leader role. We kind of just facilitate each other's discussions and really talk about what would work best, whether it's curriculum, a situation that happened with students. We really just talk it over. And so it's really been kind of a positive thing for our group to kind of grow and learn from each other. The second one would be actually the situational leadership theory. This one was interesting to me because it's very adaptable and flexible, and I feel like that's the type of person that I am. Yes, I like to agree with everyone, but I'm also able to see when things need to be changed, and I'm able to be flexible and adapt to that. So that's something that I really, really enjoyed about that one. And I think it also goes to my personality quiz. You know, I'm agreeable in that sense, yes, and I'll agree with people around me, but I'm also cautious of how I agree with that. So if we're in a specific situation and there's different people involved and there's different situations involved, I'm going to be cautious about that and how I handle it. So looking at the democratic and situational, I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. Situational is cool because based upon who is in your group in the situation, you can change the leadership style. And I feel like that's important because colleagues that you deal with, there's going to be extroverted people, there's going to be introverted people like myself. And we're not really going to work together on one specific leadership style. And I think it's good to know the different leadership styles so then you're able to adapt on what works best for your personal group. You shouldn't have to use the same leadership style, I think, every time because you're not going to be working with the same people every time. So being able to adapt to who's around you and what you're discussing or what you're doing is something that I really value, and I think it's important because everyone is different. Just like all of our students are different, the people we deal with every day are different, and I feel like if we think about the situations that we are in at each time, I think that is something to kind of value in that. I think that is all, but I thought this was a really cool assignment to kind of get us going and thinking about all the leadership styles, and I look forward to hearing more.